What's up, everybody? This is Stevan Micic, and I'm here today with an amazing video. Today I'm going to be talking about the top 5 NCAA college wrestling programs that are on the rise. Programs that maybe haven't been the best historically, had some troubles, and now are finding their form due to really amazing coaching, great recruiting, and that are growing and going to be a threat in the next few years. You're already starting to see it in college wrestling right now. Before we get into it, guys, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and turn notification bells on for world-class content all 2025. Also, guys, if you guys want to have the same strength and conditioning programs and coaching that I have and receive, go over to DL Training Systems, link in description. Go follow him on Instagram, DM him, hit him with the Micic25 to get 25% off your first 3 months with Dylan as your coach. It's going to change your wrestling forever, increase you, get you better and stronger. So let's get into this video. All right, so, after watching this year and kind of taking some notes on things, what's going on with this college wrestling season, it's underway. We're now in the conference seasons, Big 10, Big 12 season. They're wrestling each other in the duels. And we're starting to see a little bit of impact from, the tournaments over the winter time and now going and leading into the NCAA tournament. So I'm here to talk about 5 programs that you guys should keep an eye out for before the NCAA tournament and start watching. We're going to start seeing some really good wrestling, some programs that are starting to kind of creep up that top 25 list in the country in Division I. So I'm not going to talk about Oklahoma State because I know, having David Taylor as the new head coach there, and now having Gilman, Jimmy Kennedy kind of revamping their program, but Okie State's never been a program that dropped in levels. They've always, even though maybe they're probably the most historic wrestling program, and maybe they dropped maybe under the top 10 for a little bit at the end of Coach Smith's reign, but not really. They've always still been a very good program. I'm going to talk about programs that maybe have always not been known about or smaller teams that kind of grow. And these are not going to be in any particular order. Also, guys, feel free to comment any programs that I left out or you guys think are on the rise that I should take note of. So starting off the list, I'm going to talk about Indiana University, okay? I'm from Indiana. I'm technically a Hoosier up here in the region, Northwest Indiana. And speaking of which, in my area comes Angel Escobedo, guys. 4-time state champion, NCAA champion for Indiana himself, and a world team member for USA, taking 5th at the World Championships back in, I think, 2013. He's a guy who has always been amazing of a wrestler, world-class athlete, coach, and now he's the head coach of Indiana. Coming off of Dwayne Goldman, however you say it, I just don't think, the program in Indiana has always kind of suffered, even though having a lot of top guys like himself, Joe Dubuque, his cousin Andre Hernandez, NCAA All-Americans of the past, having guys in there. But they just, Indiana's never had that real ring about it, and it's kind of the program that even has struggles recruiting in-state talent, and even if they do get the talent, I feel like Purdue kind of had the edge over them for a little bit. But now, I think Angel's starting to make that turn. He's developing an RTC where you see guys coming to train there and spend time there, which is really good. They're actually starting to build their guys are starting to get results. I think they're going to have a couple All-Americans this year. They've got Chad Redd, a couple-time All-American from Nebraska, and also 4-time undefeated state champion for the state of Indiana. So having someone like him in the state of Indiana, I think, is going to be huge for their program at IU. I see them being a top program, and now you see a lot of top recruits. The state champs, the #1 guys in the state, are actually staying in wrestling and committing to Indiana. Plus, they're getting kids from other states that are winning state titles to come there. So I'm telling you, the next 5 years, they're going to be a top program. They're on the rise. Next program I'm going to talk about is Northern Iowa. Doug Schwab is doing a phenomenal job. The Panther train, killing it. I think, when you think of Iowa wrestling, you're thinking of Iowa Hawkeyes or Iowa State Cyclones, and that's really it. But, guys, UNI Panthers, they are killing it. They've got Keck Eisen, national champion, but then also having guys. They've always had a few different guys that come through, like Joe Colon, Dylan Peters, different guys that I've always, recognized them because of individuals, but their teams lacked. Doug Schwab has really transformed that program, and they are tough, man. They just lost a really close match to Okie State, but, dude, I'm telling you, they can be, they're a threat this year. Right now, they're a threat. They're definitely a top 20, 25 team, and I'm not sure exactly where they're ranked in the spots, but, UNI is an amazing program for how small their school is, and being a team, they might go in and beat be in there contending against Iowa and Iowa State in the next couple of years. I'm not joking. And, with their conference, with their schedule, I think they're going to be able to peak properly for the NCAA tournament, not having a big of a grind as the Big Tens. So keep an eye out for UNI, Panthers, Northern Iowa. All right, another program I want to talk about here is going to be UNC. Okay, North Carolina. I think the Tar Heels are always been a program. They're a big school. You think about them, you think about basketball. They're not a school that you think about wrestling, especially in North Carolina. And I think, especially where NC State, the Wolfpack, they definitely kind of overshadow them just a little bit. NC State's been the better team over the past, 5-10 years. But now with the new coaching arrangements, I know Coleman Scott went in there. Now he's not there. Rob Cole took the head position. They've got Tony Ramos. They've got my boy Ben Darmstadt in there, and now Vincenzo Joseph's the RTC coach. I think UNC is going to be something where they actually kind of have a full structured staff. They can really focus on having, development. And then like a guy like Austin O'Connor, who won 2 NCAA titles from there, the last couple years, kind of also has probably helped the recruiting and seeing that, hey, a program like this, they can really focus on a few guys. And I'm telling you, man, they're going to be an amazing program. I already think they are a strong program at the moment, but they're probably going to see a couple NCAA All-Americans there. And on top of which, they're going to be in the next 5 years, just on the incline. I think another big program we got to talk about here that maybe you guys know about, but maybe you just haven't been, is I think University of Illinois. I think what Mike Poeta has taken over as the head coach and what they're doing there, and also developing an RTC. They're kind of in the same situation, maybe have been in a little bit of a better situation than Indiana, but they've been a program where Illinois is obviously a star-studded state when it comes to high school wrestling, being one of the best states in the country, but they just have trouble keeping in-state recruits. The best kids from the Chicagoland area usually aren't going to Illinois or Northwestern. They're leaving and going to other places like Michigan or Iowa or Ohio State or Penn State, for example, but they're having trouble keeping kids in-state. Well, now I feel like Poeta is doing a really good job keeping the kids in-state that are winning the state title for them, going and winning Fargo, big world teams. They want to come and commit and wrestle for the Fighting Illini. So I think what they've got there is great. They've got Ed Roos' brother on the team. They've got Lucas Bird. They've got a lot of really good, talented guys there. Building with the RTC, what Ryan Medlin's doing with the RTC and focusing, having a big focus on freestyle. Him and Zane Richards are there. Ermak Kardanov. A lot of the, having a little bit of a Russian connection, and diversity there in their freestyle is always going to help with recruiting tactics. So I think Illinois is a program too, guys, that now they're just kind of starting to reshape things around from their folk style side of things, not just their freestyle, and it's going to keep growing and growing and growing. Last program, and actually probably the most exciting program here, what I think is Little Rock, guys. Little Rock, Arkansas literally just got a Division I program a few years ago. They already have an NCAA All-American with Nasir Bailey taking 3rd place at 133 pounds last year. He's an Illinois state champ a couple times from the Chicago area, and he went down to Little Rock to wrestle, and you're just like, man, what is he doing wrestling down at Little Rock? Well, he does whatever's happening, it's working. He just took 3rd at Nationals last year, and obviously having guys like that fill in the gaps, having big names come in and wrestle at a program like that, they're doing the right thing. Having John Morrison up here training up by me, one of my partners, NCAA All-American, having him kind of hired to come down and work out with the RTC a couple times a month, kind of fill that gap while they're still building. I think Little Rock is a program you cannot sleep on. They're going to be a threat in the next 5 to 10 years and actually be a legitimate team if they keep going at this rate. I'm telling you guys, keep an eye out for Little Rock. But that's it, guys. Those are my 5 teams. I've got Indiana, UNC, UNI, University of Illinois, and Little Rock. Those are my 5 programs that are on the rise, guys. I'm sure I've missed some because there's a lot of programs that are growing, but make sure to comment those in below. And don't forget to subscribe. World champs in everything we do, baby. Let's go.